Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Steve Hill. I'm the Director of the Governor's Office of Economic Development in Nevada. It's a great day in Nevada, and it's a great day for Nevada. It's my distinct honor to be able to introduce the Governor of Nevada here today. Governor, without your commitment to this deal, your leadership and your guidance along the way, we would not be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, the Governor of the great state of Nevada, Brian Sandoval.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Steve, and thank you, my fellow Nevadans. As I stand here, I cannot think of a better place to have this announcement where Nevada started, right here in Carson City. We gather today as the Nevada family to share in a monumental announcement that will change Nevada forever and set in motion the creation of thousands of new jobs and stream billions of dollars into our economy. I don't need to say that this is a significant and historic day for all of us. And so, it is my honor to announce that we have reached an agreement with Tesla Motor Company, subject to legislative review and approval, that will enable Tesla to build the world's largest and most advanced battery factory right here in the Silver State. Now, we've been talking for a long time with Tesla, and I've consistently asked myself and asked my team, led by Steve Hill, is the incentive package we set forth, does it meet this test? Is this good for Nevada? Now, I know that many of you are asking yourselves the same question. Is this agreement good for us? I can answer that question today without hesitation and say emphatically that yes, this agreement meets the test by far, and this is why. This Gigafactory will mean nearly $100 billion in economic impact to Nevada over the next 20 years. Think about that. It will create 3,000 immediate construction jobs for Nevada workers. When completed, it will employ 6,500 people on site with an average wage in excess of $25 per hour with excellent benefits. Talk to those 6,500 people who are going to get those jobs. These are new jobs in Nevada for Nevadans. It will mean another 16,000 indirect jobs in the community for a total of 22,500 jobs created. It will mean the addition of 4% to the state's gross domestic product and more than a 20% increase in the regional GDP. Again, get your arms around those numbers. And arguably, most important is what positive impact this project will have on our university and K through 12 education systems. Because of the benefits the Gigafactory will generate for Nevada, research dollars will flow to our universities, and our K through 12 system will receive a direct $35 million contribution from Tesla. And I know a lot of you out there, or some of you out there, are concerned about the return on our investment. This plan will result in more than $80 of economic impact for every dollar that Nevada invests. 80 to 1. Even the most skeptical economists would conclude that this is a strong return for us. So yes, my fellow Nevadans, it meets the test, and it does a lot more than that. It exceeds the test that we put down long ago for all of us, for the entire state of Nevada. Of course, and you've read about it in the media, we had to compete for this. We had to compete with other states across the union. Economic development requires hard work, teamwork, and focus. I want to thank everyone who's been a part of this historic day. The team at GoEd and Steve Hill, our mayors who are out here, our county commissioners, our city councilmen and women, higher education officials and school superintendents, business leaders, including NV Energy. Most especially the members of our legislature who've been with us every step of the way. I look forward to working with you and reviewing the merits of this project with all of you. And our legislative leadership who's here with us today. Again, right there all the time. If we needed to meet with them, they were there. They've been working with us constantly, have always been available to answer any questions and to ask me the hard questions as well. Nevada is blessed to have leadership like we have here today. And also present with us today, Senator Heller, Congressman Amodei, thank you for your support. Again, always there for us. We have the Lieutenant Governor, Brian Kurlicki. Now, I challenge any other state in the country that is going to bring together its senators, its congressmen, its legislator, its mayors, its city council people, its county commissioners, leaders from our university system. There's one individual who couldn't be with us today, and I want to give him special recognition. Senator Harry Reid, who's in Las Vegas today due to his commitment for his Clean Energy Summit in Las Vegas. I want to acknowledge his valuable support and his contribution into making today possible and making it happen. He has been there every step of the way. This is a Nevada victory. Of course, I want to take a moment to thank Mr. Elon Musk. He's a rare visionary who has the courage to reach beyond and to convert the unthinkable into reality. We are grateful today for your vision and for your leadership, and we are thankful that you see the potential and promise of the great state of Nevada. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in closing, we knew that this was an opportunity that we had to fight for. We took this chance because, like Tesla and like Elon Musk, we are determined to be a major part of moving our country and our global economy forward. We are a pioneer state where people, hardy and resilient, settled from all over the world to pursue their dreams. They took big chances and dreamt big dreams in a place called Nevada. Today marks a continuation of that dream led by 21st century pioneers like Elon Musk, who will soon make their company home right here in Nevada. These men and women, fueled with innovation and desire, are emboldened by the promise of Nevada to change the world. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to lead. So God bless all of you, and God bless the great state of Nevada. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Governor. It's now my honor, and the Governor's done a terrific job of this already, to introduce to you the man that CNBC recently named the most influential businessman in the world during the past 25 years. That's just one of the many acknowledgments for what he has accomplished in his young career. It's hard to believe what he's been able to do in such a short period of time. We are fortunate in a number of instances to be able to host some of the work that Mr. Musk has done, and we are very proud and very excited that we will also be able to be host to Tesla here in Nevada. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, Elon Musk, the chairman of Tesla.
I thank you for coming, and I'd like to start off by just thanking Governor Sandoval and the Nevada legislature for their support. And I think people should know that this was not the biggest incentive package. So it wasn't just about the incentives. And what the people of Nevada have created is a state where you can be very agile, where you can do things quickly and get things done. It's a real get things done state, and I think that was a really fundamental. That was a really important part of the decision. This factory is very important to the future of Tesla, because without it, we can't do the mass market car. So in order for us to produce a high-volume, affordable, compelling electric car, which has been the mission of Tesla from the beginning, and I'd like to acknowledge J.V. Straubel, co-founder and CTO of Tesla, and Dermot O'Connell, head of business development. And there's a tendency to sort of focus a lot of stuff on me, but it's really just, it's not me. It's like everybody else at Tesla. So. Anyway, but the Gigafactory is really vital for the future of Tesla in order to produce this mass market affordable electric car, which has been our goal from the beginning. And so in deciding where should we place this, we had to say, okay, where are we going to have high confidence that this factory is going to be ready on time, so that when we're ready to produce the vehicle, the factory is ready to produce the battery packs. That was truly the most important thing. And then, of course, can we operate that factory cost effectively so that the car itself can be affordable? And I think people in Nevada should be very proud that that's the state you have. It's a great state, and I'd encourage other people to come here as well. And it's worth perhaps just highlighting the sheer scale of the Gigafactory. And why do we even call it the Gigafactory? It's because it's actually going to be, it's not just going to be the biggest lithium-ion battery factory in the world, but it'll actually be bigger than the sum of all lithium-ion factories in the world. So if you add up all the lithium-ion factories in China, Korea, Japan, elsewhere in the world, and you sum them all up, and all of their production capability last year, the Gigafactory is actually bigger than that. So it's difficult to quite describe in words, but it's a heck of a big factory. And I also want to just point out a few things about the nature of the factory. Like we're taking care to make sure that it looks good, that it fits in with the surroundings, so that it's a factory, but we care about aesthetics. Does it look good? Does it work with the rest of the environment? So the factory will actually be shaped like a diamond, and the reason for that is if you make it a box shape, we would have had to move a lot more earth. So in order to sort of have it fit more in the environment, we've had it shaped like a diamond, and then it's aligned on true north, so that we can actually have we can map out where the equipment's going to be by GPS. And we can also, the solar panels that'll be on the roof are also properly aligned. So it's sort of, I think it sounds kind of romantic to say it's shaped like a diamond and aligned on true north. But there are practical reasons for it as well. This factory will produce its own energy as well. So it's through a combination of geothermal, wind, and solar, it will produce all the energy that it needs. So it'll be a sort of a self-contained factory. And we're going to make sure that people can visit it and come look and check it out, because it'll be worth seeing. So, well, thanks again.
Well, those are two very difficult acts to follow, but I would like to take just a couple of moments and make just a few comments so that the people of Nevada can understand a little bit more about the agreement that we've made. I'm going to do this at a very high level. We've passed out some summaries. I'm sure you may read something about that in a newspaper over the next day or two as well. But first, I would like to thank Elon, JB, Dearmid, the team at Tesla, many of whom will become Nevadans. Kevin Cassicart, who's out at the site working right now, Daniel Wett, have all worked with us over the past nearly 11 months now in order to reach this day. It's a long process, and certainly at times it was a tough negotiation. In fact, this is the first time I've heard that incentives aren't the most important thing. But I want to say that I appreciate the good faith with which Tesla has entered into these negotiations, and I appreciate it even more given the outcome. So thank you very much. The governor mentioned this. I want to thank people all across Nevada who have worked on this project for your determination, your diligence, your discretion, and for the impression that you have left with Tesla. It has been critical to making this happen. There are hundreds of people who have worked on this. I appreciate that, and the governor does as well, and I want to say thank you for that. The governor also mentioned legislative leadership and legislators. I was able to talk with legislators just last week as we were discussing our unmanned aerial vehicle effort at the Interim Finance Committee. One of the things I said there, although I don't think anybody was watching this at the time, so I'm going to say it here publicly, the commitment that our legislature has made to economic development in Nevada over the past 3 years is remarkable. They have been there each time we've needed them. They have been a major part of this deal. As the governor said, legislative leaders have been accessible, available each time we've needed to talk with them. Their commitment to the concept of economic development 3 years ago and the reality of economic diversification now deserves your applause. The governor highlighted the economic, positive economic impact that this project will have. It's simply difficult to get your arms around both the size of the building, the size of the impact that it will have on the state. But when you think about more than 3% of the entire state's economic output and more than 20% of the region's economic output as a result of this one project, obviously you can see this would be transformative. I think the commitments that Tesla has made, and this is just a continuation of how they do business. We didn't have to twist their arm to do this. They volunteered to do these things. But the $37.5 million commitment to K-12 education that provides a bridge that replicates some of the taxes that will be abated for K-12 education starting in August of 2018 is very important and very much appreciated. The $1 million, please. They've made $1 million commitment for battery research in partnership with UNLV, and very pointedly and specifically, they've made a commitment to hire Nevadans, and even further than that, to hire veterans. They have a strong veterans hiring policy at Tesla. That will be in Nevada as well. The legislation that you will see soon, we're working with the Legislative Council Bureau and legislators on drafting right now, will reflect the commitment and the agreement that we have made with Tesla, but there will be some differences. The legislation will be in anticipation of other potential companies in the future. So Tesla will clearly clear the hurdles that are required to meet the qualifications to participate in this legislation, but it will be somewhat different. Just wanted to let you know that. I think it's important to point out that all of the incentives are performance-based. Tesla has to do, and are willing to do, and have committed to do what they say in order to earn each and every incentive that we are providing. If they don't do that, those incentives don't exist. We have worked to make this neutral and even better on the state's budget. The repurposing of some of the current programs that we have in the state and directing them at this effort allows us to do that with no impact on the state's general fund. We think that's critically important. As the governor said, we look forward to presenting this proposal to the legislature in the near future. We value their opinion. We think that we have agreed on a very good deal for Nevada, and we look forward to presenting that to the legislature for their consideration in the very near future. The governor made clear during this process that there was a standard that he needed to see met before we could reach this agreement. And Governor, I am pleased to be able to say that this is an agreement and a deal that you can be proud of and the state of Nevada can be proud of. Thank you very much. Again, I want to thank everyone for being here today, for your support, for the work that you have all done through this process. We look forward to what comes in the future. We're excited about that, and thank you for being here today. We will take a few pictures here in front of the podium, and then we will have some period of time for questions from the media. So thank you very much, and enjoy the day, and let's go create some jobs.